Nope, nope, and nope. None of those. There'll be no branded content. None of that. Done. Hello. How are we all doing? That's the most recent one. Hello. I'm not sure if anyone's watching, but what can I say? It's been an interesting day. And so I'm here to apparently fight the Russians. Hello, Ali Loves History. Hello, Malaga. Hello, everyone. I should probably do some sharing to say I'm live, shouldn't I? Let's see. Share to Twitter. Continue as Dr. Alex Clark. This is the thing. I set up all my social media to my professional name years ago because I was told that's what's make everything easy for selling books and all those things, and as an academic, that's what you're rated on. And what can I say? Then every time I sell a book, they sell it as Alex Clark rather than Dr. Alex Clark, and I sit there and go, oh, frigate. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm not in. I have to admit, the reason I have the other reason I have Doctor on my thing is because a few years ago I noticed that quite a lot of my colleagues who were female were getting how do I put this? Attacked for having it. So I put up my doctor and just went, I'm a doctor too. And the amount of people who then who didn't attack me, but I'd sort of then message and go, well, hang on, you follow me as well. I have my PhD up. Why aren't you slugging me off for having my PhD up when you're slugging this person up? It's a method of shutting down a lot of people who were being very much, how do I put this? I find it strange because I don't think it that way myself, and I know a lot of people who don't think that way, so they presume it doesn't still exist. But there is still a very weird small minority on the internet who are like that. They will have a completely different approach to... You know, how they have a very different approach to sort of you literally just because of what dangles between your legs. Or doesn't dangle between your legs. And I find that quite sad, really, for them. It really is quite sad for them. Yeah, that'll do. Hello, Malaga. Hello, Ali Loves History. Hello, Paul Gammas. Hello, Spike. Hello, Donkova. How is it? How is everyone? How's the... That's the polite... yes. But it did. Oh, I said it caused me fun because they completely had to try and bend over backwards to say, well, you know, one of them tried the whole line of, well, you have a proper PhD. I went, yeah, that excuse me, that lady got the PhD from the same department I've got a PhD with the same supervisor as I had. So how's mine a proper PhD and hers not? Is it because she now works for the Victoria and Albert Museum? Still a PhD. And actually, it's a really cool PhD. One of my colleagues did a PhD in uniform design. And that sounds like it's really... That can sound like something really weird. I know, there's a lot of people sort of going, oh, it's art. It's actually really serious and really kind of interesting because it has all the history and all the heraldry of how the navies decided on their uniforms and were thinking about them and what values they were looking at with them. And it becomes a really interesting, almost insight into the thought process going on because there's a lot of discussions about uniforms and it can be very easy to skip past them. And I always turn around to go, the amount of time the Navy spent thinking around about ships, that's the third Sea Lord in the Royal Navy. The people who think about uniforms are the same people who think about personnel. That's the second Sea Lord in the Royal Navy. That shows you how important it is that the clothing's done right. And it's also really... She did a lot of very good research. It's a really cool PhD thesis. I should really remember its title and her surname, but I can't at the moment. But I will look it up and I'll share it all with you because it's a really cool thing. Look, this is going to be a bit of a massacre. Oh, I'm going to run this battle. Yeah. But also, you know, she gets into the whole discussion of uniforms and the fact that the army chose the very martial red, the Navy chose the blue. And there was a lot of worry the Navy had that they've maybe done the wrong thing. And that maybe they should have gone... Maybe they should have gone with the blue, with the red, so that they would look equally powerful. There, 10,000 ton, 10,000 ton. Okay. Hello! Thank you for subscribing and following the channel. This could be interesting. Ooh. Thank you, Leslie. There's apparently a hype train going. I have no idea what a hype train is, but that sounds kind of fun. Sorry, reorganizing the fleet a bit. We should be in range of the battleships. If we're being limited to 10, the enemy smoke should be more than spotted. My light cruiser screening. My heavy cruisers are engaging. Oh, beauties. You were on follow. You're now on engage. To maximum speed, all of you. Onward! Sorry. Getting... Yeah. This is not what you want to run into. This is a... We have one battleship and a couple of... one cruiser and a destroyer. This is a... I have a fleet. You are a lovely battleship. You are currently being attacked by 6 of my heavy cruisers, and you've got 3 battleships bombarding you off there. This is not a good scenario for you. You armed with 13.9-inch guns. They're armed with 11-inch guns. This is not good for you. Oh, you have a light cruisers backing you up and torpedo boats. I thought you had cruisers and destroyers. Oh, no, it might be destroyers. I have lost Drake. And that is a sad thing. But Drake's legacy will live on. And I'll be getting some really big heavy cruisers in soon. Yeah, your battleship's going to be sunk. And the thing is, I could lose some heavy cruisers, but I can replace those pretty quickly. I don't think Russia can replace this fleet that quickly. Look, there is not an... I have the Royal Navy Dictionary, I'm working through it at the moment. Under fair, what do they have written under fair? They have fair wind. Fair. Okay. Okay, I think the Russian battleship's just gone up. I think there's a light cruiser still surviving somewhere. I don't think that light cruiser would like to be surviving. I think that light cruiser was considering its life was a lot better a few minutes ago. Is there anything left for me to fight? No. So, definition of fair according to the Royal Navy. It's important to realise this definition of fair according to the Royal Navy. And I'm going to turn down the volume just a tad. Sound. I hope you can still hear that, but yeah, it was currently trying to deafen me. So, fair. Favourable or unobstructed, hence the application of a fair course to steer, the fairway of a channel or harbour, and a similar application in Gulf. A fair lead is a small opening on the deck edge of a ship through which ropes or wires are passed. And a fair copy is an error-free version of the original. The expression fair enough means I agree. You'll notice fair does not say we fight in even numbers. Well, I'm launching a naval invasion. Oh. I have a feeling this will probably, I doubt there's anything they have that can fight that formation. I doubt there's anything they have that can fight that formation. And if you really feel the need to get involved in this, please get involved. So yeah, that's a torpedo boat's going into that many mines. That's not good. That's just not good for anyone. I should probably work on the minefields. Oh, there's a convoy action going on here. Oh, I'm also fighting the Chinese! I'm fighting the Chinese and the Russians at the same time. I forgot that. How does China even have a navy? I think I've taken over all their places with a navy. Where are they even supporting their fleet from? That's British Empire, that's British Empire. Is that British Empire? That is British Empire. That's Russia. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. That Tibet isn't me. Okay. Kashmir is apparently me. Pakistan is me. India is me. Bangladesh is me. Burma. Thailand. Malaya. It's me. These islands, I'm fairly sure we're really... oh, they're me as well. Okay, should probably work out what am I... Oh, my Max shipyard. What am I doing at the moment? Am I doing anything? Oh. The Royal Navy has been known to play fair occasionally. That's usually when wars have not gone its way. When people have had ideas about actually being fair. I'll soon get over it. How's my research going? Anything I want to do about that? Control station good. Are those things good? I wouldn't mind better armor quality. Hull construction is coming along okay. Cruiser design. Special machinery, boilers, all those things will be done soon. I'll support those next time. So how is everyone doing today? How is your New Year's Eve going? I have to say, I am starting to wonder about some of the people who are liking my stuff on Twitter, but we'll leave that to one side. Ooh. I wonder where Matthew Morrick is today. Where's he wandering around? I think he's in Portsmouth. Oh, he's at the Firepower Museum. Oh, ooh. I have got to go. Obviously, they've got the upgraded display of it. Oh, I've got to go there. I haven't been there yet this year. I will have to go. I will have to go. Negotiations failed with China. I'm not really surprised they failed with China. Last time I checked, we've wiped out the entire Chinese Navy. No, they did have something, because something had to be involved in the convoy system. Also resolved that, but it should be an annihilation. Dreo fire control table. Woohoo! Chances exceed 100%. And I got 2 more fleets coming. Oh, yeah. I might have sent overkill. Okay. So at a certain point, then, the only part of Russia which I don't have is the Siberian Russia. Yeah, I have all that. I have all that. Yeah, I have central battery fire control. Can someone explain how there's an American light cruiser in the middle of the land? Sorry for the cough, but seriously. How is there a light cruiser here? Are they now flying? Are American light cruisers now flying? Because that's unfair. Even I can't deal with that. Probably. Possibly. Give me 5 minutes to work out if I can. At a certain point, what do you think are the likelihoods of war with the United States? I don't think too soon. Let's go with politics and look at the relationships. They're all pretty good. Pretty good. They're my minor allies. They're all annoying. I think actually I need to make some friends in America. So improve relations. Let's improve relations with the Americans. Let's go check on the finances. Currently I am building 753,000 tons, 300 tons out of 450. So something is going interesting on. So what am I building? What am I building in my fleet? Oh, soundcheck for your lad's band. Do you get to be actually at the concert this evening, Paul? That's the more interesting, more important question. Do you get to be at actually at the concert? Because I think if you're doing sound check, you should be allowed in for free. They're all in refit, and I've got 4 building. Ah, it's the refits which are taking up the tonnage, not the ones in construction. Lion-class battleship. Oh, I remember those. You'll enjoy it, Paul. I remember these. Ship is overweight, probably. Oh. Oh, it looks good. If I remember correctly, this can do 32 knots, yeah. So 32 knots and 9 15-inch guns forward. And how much armor was it again? And they're 15-inch 44s. That's a slightly longer range than the 42s. No torpedo control. Level of training, level cadets. We will get them better. We will get them experienced. Bulkhead standard. Armament. Armor between 0.4 inches and 19 inches. Ah, yes, 19 inches of armor. So you are not going to be. If anyone hits you, it's good luck. Goodbye, sayonara for them. That is HMS Lion. That's my Lion class on this game. That's what I've got under construction. I currently have 8 in refit and 4 under construction of battleships. I will say this game has, how do I put this? Some interesting options when it comes to construction. I am considering doing a run for at some point where I never build a battleship or a battlecruiser. I only build small ships. And seeing whether I can actually make it work under the game's dynamics. Could be interesting. Oh, yeah, I was also building 100-something submarines. Look. How do I put this politely? I build submarines. Other people might build, you know, a small batch of submarines. I just churn out 100 and go, deal with it. And watch lots of people try and deal with it. It makes my defense very, very, how do I put this politely? Comprehensive. Other people try to do fancy things with their submarines. Literally in this game, just build them as a defense. Just have them all over the place. Okay. That's going to be a short, sharp victory. That's also going to be a short, sharp victory. I failed to make better friends in the United States. That's annoying. Admittedly, our friendship level is 69, which could be considered symbolic of something else. We'll leave that to one side. Ah, Kofi. Well, if you get them quick enough, 11-inch heavy cruisers can sink the game's battleships. Oh, there's all sorts of fun things you can do with various heavy cruisers. I think that is what you would end up building, a lot of heavy cruisers, because also you need that tonnage for invasions. Due to no capital ship runners, the French. That's like double handicapping myself. I was considering doing it as the Americans. I think I can make that scenario work as the Americans. I'm not sure anyone could make that scenario work as the French. It's potential, but I don't think so. It's not I don't think the French cruiser designs are good, it's just that I think France has enough issues without handicapping themselves that much. Okay, if they're trying to get hold of Korea, what part of China is actually still Chinese? No, that's British. Manchuria? That's British Empire as well. How is China... They have one province in the entire world. Where is this last Chinese province? Someone please tell me where the last frigging province of China is in the entire world. If anyone sees it, tell me. I will go and crush it. Actually, no, that's an easy way. I can't do a naval invasion. That's British. That's Russian. It's an occupied province. That's all right. That's Russian. Hang on, no, that's British. That's British. That's British. That's Tajikistan. That's Russian. China, where are you? Oh! There you go. There's the Republic of China. I found it. I found China. It's in the middle of the Caribbean. Why can't I invade that? I want to invade that now. I want this war to be over. I have discovered a wonderful light cruiser killer. Take the large light cruiser hull, mount 4 triple 9.2-inch guns. Yes. Fight to the end. I don't think I'm allowed to use... I think I've said I'm not building battlecruisers in this game, haven't I? Let me invade their last remaining territory! Why are they allied with Denmark and Serbia? Okay. Does this mean I'm at war with Denmark? Because if I am, I have some plans. Denmark, there are parts of you I would really like. Parts which, you know, could be interesting to control. Parts which I just fancy. Parts which are not really yours, but which I'll take anyway. You know, it's... I have a relationship going on with Germany at this point where I'm basically blockading them with submarines before they even let up. Basically, I've got... I own Heligoland and you're not getting it, and I've got lots of submarines around you to make sure you're not getting it. That's the plan. That's the very obvious plan. Finances... We're doing well. Research... That's 1 month done. That's 6 months to armor quality. Ooh. Yeah. Alright, that's... Oh, it's a battleship armed with 12 10-inch guns. They're armed with 11-inch guns, aren't they? Oh, this could... This... Okay. This might not end well for the Chinese. I'd just like to point out that, theoretically, any battle which involves a battleship taking on heavy cruisers should, in theory, be a walk in the park for a battleship. However, when those cruisers are armed with 11-inch guns, and there are 5 of them, and they're armed with 4 11-inch guns each, so they're 20 11-inch guns, and you are 1 battleship armed with... Oh, it's getting worse when I look at that design. Let's start this battle. Into the 1 line. Abreast, on the void, and so you go into there, you go into there, both you avoid torpedoes, and you are going to go and do recon, a scout. All on avoid torpedoes, please. I don't want to look behind me and see what anyone's doing, do I? So, quite simple plan, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like you to know this quite simple plan, is to charge them with many guns a-blazing. And for screening torpedoes, to go off and attack independently. At least one of the screens to go off and attack independently. And enjoy. That is their battleship. Now, honestly, I'm reckoning I'm going to lose at least one of my heavy cruisers in this battle. I'm reckoning I won't lose more than one heavy cruiser, though. The reason I expected to lose a heavy cruiser was I expected that thing to concentrate on one of the heavy cruisers and blast them till it had sunk one. But the thing is, it's now gone. And everything else is... how do I put this politely? Aggressive. Aggressive. This is not going to be good for... Oh, no, it's not going to be good for that. Yeah. I was quiet, and then the sound's back. Apologies. I don't want to lose anything more than one heavy cruiser, please. In this fight. China's just not worth it to me. Why are you all over there, I do not know. But come sweeping through, please. And you're supposed to be screening them. And you're supposed to be scouting. So you're supposed to be definitely be in front. So there's no way a destroyer should be actually managing to sneak up and launch an attack. No way. It should be getting bushwhacked by the sheer volume of destroyers I have. Kind of like that, it just got bushwhacked. Now, the maximum that can manage is 17 knots. It's armed with 9-inch guns. And it's basically getting pummeled at this precise time. I decided I want to open up more guns to deal with you. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Instead of it being a fight between you and Suffolk, it's going to be a fight between you, Suffolk, Ariadne, and Queen Mary. Queen Mary is a heavy cruiser in this scenario. No, I clicked the button avoid torpedoes, and they really don't do a good job avoiding torpedoes. I think this vessel is not long for this world. I just don't. Ouch. Ouch indeed. Huh. And that's going to be short, sharp, and painful. Yeah, I realise what you're saying about Italy being doable, but I think also there's a help in America in having the space between it and the other countries to allow me to build up the necessary heavy cruisers. And it will be the necessary heavy cruisers. It's one of the things they're going. It's going to require you have a fairly large number of heavy cruisers available. Oh. Have you ordered expensive rare book? I have, and it's actually one of them's arrived. I ended up ordering 2 of them rather than going with the one big one. I went with the 2 which were about half the price. Because they were higher up the list. So this book, believe it or not, was 150 quid to get in this condition. So this one's arrived. Literally arrived yesterday. And, yep. And it has one of the most interesting lines to start with. Roger Hill lives in Nelson, New Zealand, having emigrated there in 1965 with his wife and family. He had found that the English post-war world had no use for damaged destroyer captains. One oil company personnel manager had accused him and all men of active service of having all the glamour of war and under the danger of being bombed in London, and had received a non-verbal but clear reply. I do not understand how anyone could have that opinion, but the reason I wanted this book and the reason it cost the money it did is this is an original version, which is about his time as Captain of Ledbury, Captain of Grenville, and Captain of Jervis. 3 very interesting destroyers. Am I aware of French interwar bombers? Sadly enough, yes I am. As much as I try and avoid them. Yes, they can order destroyers, they can order destroyers, they can order destroyers. Take that. That's quite an impressive minefield I have there around Cockburn. That's mostly thanks to HMS Bristol, I'm fairly certain. Alright, I think I'm going to have to build, ship design, another Lion class. I'm going to build one more though. And I'm going to build it in Kingston. How is it this design is already overweight and I haven't even built it, haven't even in the service yet? How can it be already considered overweight? What has happened to the metrics of the game? Since I last worked on you, what's gone wrong with you? Let's close, leave the shipyard. Let's go check the research. I am always clear to say the Blackburn is the ugliest aircraft to serve on an aircraft carrier. Not necessarily the ugliest aircraft of all time. There are some very interesting Russian and French designs to come to that one. Have a look at some of the Russian fighters in the 1930s. Let's go check the research. Before I start ordering and muck around with ship designs, let's go check the ship. Don't need that. That's done, that's done. Armor quality is 5 months away. What am I developing? Crop 4. Okay, it's worth waiting for that. Or... yeah. It's a tech tree. Certain research puts up design weight of already designed ships. True. And then you need to figure out how to fix it. Right. Don't be surprised if the game music disappears off for a second while I look up something. Let's see. Is it that one? No. I don't think it's any of the Gregorich. They were interesting, but, you know. Okay. So, if you want to look up the Polpikarov I-15 and I-16, well... you know there's always a particularly interesting aircraft which was produced by Micro Machines. You might have your answer as to what it was. Form up should make that all interesting. For a war game, I once made a carrier with 2 angled flight decks, a full-length runway, able to fit about 100 small planes, fighter size, and 30 large planes, heavy bomber size. Interesting. Interesting. Let's move these. At some point, I might be able to get an actually balanced destroyer built. That's what I'm really aiming for in this game. To try and get a balanced destroyer. Because they muck things up. I don't know how many why I have so few shipyards as Britain. Britain had dozens of frigating shipyards. This just seems absurd, historically speaking, but you know. What are we doing? We're saving engine weight, 4%. That'll do. Oh, there's a strike going on. Sound. Yeah, I'd like the sound down a bit lower. General can go up a bit more. Oh, I'm not being drowned out with music the whole time. Right, it's dominating the world, becoming an naval world. You know what I want more than anything? A good destroyer design. It's true. You know, it's honestly what you need. You need a decent destroyer design to be able to do that all properly. If you can't have a decent destroyer design, then, you know, there's not much point in worrying about anything else, really. It's really annoying not having a decent destroyer design. What are these working on? You know, there is a reason why my first books were about destroyers. There is a reason why when I'm being spoken to about other people about other projects, they're going, you know, once you finish working on small ships, which people don't really worry about, i.e. Flower class and New class, will you be concentrated on doing some books about big ships? And I was going, yeah, probably. At some point, there are some big ships I would like to talk about. Fight to the end. I have that. Ooh, I have mines now. Right then. The quality is out. Turret mechanisms. Oh, yeah. do all this, and then let's upgrade. Oh, the refit's done on the 8 ships. Oh, that's gonna help my tonnage. That is gonna help my tonnage dramatically. Maybe I'm gonna have to start refitting all my other battleships shortly. We'll leave that to one side. She might be sensible to move some of them back to harbour and start refitting them. Just to reduce the cost and actually free up a load of personnel. Get rid of some of the older ships. Yeah, probably should do that. Hang on, what year is it? It's 1918. I should probably get rid of my pre-dreadnoughts. Okay. Oh, triple turrets a second. Oh, Mark 1 60-inch guns. Oh, I can get 16.5-inch guns now. Oh. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I can get 16.5-inch guns. The world is about to tremble. Oh. Mainly to free up crews. Mainly I'm talking about getting rid of ships to free up crews. So if I go to the fleet, you know, you have a perennial problem of shortage of personnel. And they require 800 crew. And I can... They're in the Arctic and the Yellow Sea and Bering Sea, and I can just scrap them. I can go... well, I need to get them into harbour, but I can get rid of them. And frankly... probably sensible, considering where they are. They're not really they're out there, but the nice way, they're not really going to be good for that long out there. So, Arctic Ocean. Is the Arctic Ocean up here, or the Arctic Ocean around here? Probably over here. There you go. All of you go to Kingston, please. And you can stay there as well. Anything else I want to emphasize in research? None of those are good. Explosives wouldn't mind. Rangefinders and a control stations I'd like to see upgraded quickly. They are... I'm using pre-dreads as shorthand here, but they are mostly sovereign-style battleships from the 1890s sort of ones, rather than contemporaries. It's always an interesting discussion to get into, and as I said, I did get into last year's year of technology. I was prepared to get into it quite a lot, and I did get into it a lot. This year's the year of the aircraft carrier, and I'm not going to do too long on here this evening. I'm not sure how long. We'll be on here for an hour because I've got to go off and finish being happy with the PowerPoint about what the year of the aircraft carrier is going to be in terms of aircraft carriers. Oh, I'm going to accept a peace treaty now because I can't take anything more with my navy. So it only helps the army. And I'm prepared to be single service. Very single service in my mind. If my navy cannot reach it, I do not want to bother about it. Mostly because I do not want the army getting so much funding that they can, you know, what they look at. Oh, capital ship towers 4. So this is we don't need anymore. Submarine naval communications. That'll be useful. View to design. And let's refit, shall we? I'm 300 tons over in this one. I'm now 2,000 roughly tons under. Pitch is 23% though, and I don't like pitch being that heavy. Turbo electric drive. Not going with that. Leave that and that. Leave that at that. That at that. That I'm not going with. That I'll leave at. Done that. Hydro 2, I think. Leave it at advanced radio. Increase shells. Okay, so that puts me 2,000 tons over. That takes me down to 520 tons over. Let's see, what can we do? Don't want to go that. Want to save that. Engine efficiency, induced boilers, all that I like. What I want to do is to lose 400 tons. Gonna keep that. What's the cruising speed? Cruising speed is 25.5 knots. 16,000 kilometers at 25.5. Not too bad. 19,000 better. But then it's overweight. Then it's overweight. Let's see. The 4 weight. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay, that's down to that. That's down to that. That's 2. And okay. So I've got 240 tons I need to lose. I want to have all these at the maximum because that's useful for me to have them at the maximum. Let's see, what can I lose 500 tons with easiest? Full weight offset 2.6%. Let's put these across and really pump up its protection. And that should be, yes, it's dropped down to 31 knots, but that's going to be a pretty good vessel when it's refitted to it at standard. And it's still going to be capable of 31 knots, but it's going to be also capable of 20,000 kilometers of range overall, 24.5 knot cruising speed, 31 knot top speed, and that'll do me. Funnels. Can I do something better than these ones? That's a... no. They're both 8s, I think. Yeah, they're both 8s. Main tower, that's a 4. That's a 4. Large security tower to 3. Large security tower 3 is best, best I can sort of put on them. That is a very, very nice nearly over $2.6 billion battleship. That will make many people cry. Oh, Mark 1, you can do a lot with a Mark 1 if you want to. Oh, it always makes the Chancellor Strecker cry. Everything, pretty much anything makes the Chancellor Strecker cry when it comes to defense banning. can pretty much make them cry with any effort at all. Why am I not surprised that Beatrix and Eugenie are Princess Beatrix and Princess Queen Emma are not doing as well as other videos have on this channel? Oh, I know people get around to it. It's just, it's gonna sound strange, but Princess Beatrix and Queen Emma, I knew going in they weren't gonna get the same attention pretty much because of the fact that they were. How do I put this? As ships go, they're not going to get the most attention in the first place. They're just not. Those are 20 months away from building. Let's go for my finances. Now I'm well within my tonnage limitations. I'm going to exceed my tonnage limitations again soon. So yeah, I should be building even quicker. Yeah, I don't take this the wrong way, and I love this game for trying to include the finances in it, but yeah, they're not very accurate. Realistic costs of battleships, etc. Yeah, that's not getting into it. That's just not. Oh, the negotiations have failed. Did the army really hate losing out on it? Agree. Let's see what we can come with. I don't think they have a navy left. I don't think they have anything left. I think the only thing they can do is hand themselves over. I'll take handing themselves over. Let's get on the research. How's that all going? Rangefinders, control station. Probably don't need to worry about that. Internal protection. What are they producing this time? Safety hood and smoke protectors. Sounds good. 5% ship repair all modules. Cruiser design, what's coming? What's coming? What's coming? What's coming? Da, 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 da. 11,000 ton light cruiser. Oh. Oh, that sounds good. I like the idea of that. Maneuver warfare. If you have good maneuver warfare, etc., then honestly your gun aiming speed, it doesn't matter using a Mark 1. So this is the point I found if I put some research occasion into that, then having Mark 1 guns doesn't really affect me. The scout cruiser is basically a Dido, yes. At no point is it really what you want, but it's there. There's nothing wrong with that. I tend to build them more as a fat tribal, I have to admit. A fat tribal with rapid-firing 6-inch guns. So you could argue I build them more as an Arafuser. China now has no provinces left. Home state population 0, other population 0, provinces 0. How does it even have anything? I mean... how? Leslie, Twitch does not like me being attached to the Japanese archives. No, they don't. Twitch doesn't like many... Twitch has many problems with many things. I think some people are trying to use YouTube to torture me. First of all, people keep trying to rewrite the War of 1812. I'm not sure how they do it, why they do that, but they do. And others keep trying to rewrite now that the Graal Septum was actually a good ship. I think they're doing it just to wind me up. It's terrible. It's terrible. I will figure out a way to get Revenge. I'm not sure when or how, but I'll figure it out. Internals protection, definitely. And I'll take, what's the engines they're working on? No one's quite sure yet. Hull strengthening. Ooh. I could go for cruiser design, but honestly, I've not been doing much for cruiser design, but I could do something. You never know. I do need to do another cruiser class at some point. I do. I need another cruiser class. My monthly balance is increasing by 1.3... Hang on now. Yeah, 1.3 billion. My current funds stand at 60 billion. Seneca, I know you're saying these things to wind me up, but honestly, it hurts me to even see that written. Even as a joke, it hurts me to see that written. Agree. Oh, why is France disturbing Morocco? Why is France... France are just being disturbing, aren't they? They just always are. Submarine hulls. New hulls available. Ooh! Ocean mine layer submarine. Oh, I want that. I want the ocean mine layer. Ocean mine layer, me will do something with that. I was going, he's going to order 100 ocean mine layers, and yes. The thing about most of the Madison's Canadian brothers is that a large number of them were people who had been in the 13 colonies who decided they didn't want to be American, didn't like the people who were taking over, decided they were going to go to the remaining British colonies on the North American continent. That's the basic problem with that entire premise. Those are people who literally moved there to get away from you. They had a choice: stay in the 13 colonies or move to get away from you. They moved. Seneca, you are now you are still just hurting me, and Guardsman 14. This is physical pain. Ay caramba, ay vey, ay vey, ay vey. I don't know. I do not know. Submarines, let's go build some submarines. And maybe some heavy cruisers. Oh. Build. I know. It's not probably sensible to build 100 submarines at once. But why not? Why not build 100 submarines at once? I can. And I'll just let them go to the ports they want to go to. And if you consider go to the finances, I've done that, and it's still got 150,000 tons pretty much that I can build with. And those will be built very quickly, those that destroy submarines. Oh, good lord. Gaston 14. You almost caused me to cough up my own brew. Oh. Ay, caramba. I love history, you're just gonna get hit with a book at some point. At this point, you know, if this was electric theatre, at this point there'd be tennis balls bouncing off tables. I'm still not quite sure how China... No, China's gone. That's good. China's disappeared. So what's the Soviet Union down to? I've got 12 provinces. Army, engage. Take them out. I'm sure I can't do a naval invasion of anywhere at the moment. I improve relations with the Americans because I can, but I'm fairly certain my next point is... Hang on, let's go check politics then. What have they got in terms of their forces? So, they've got 31 battleships, I have 64. They have 65 heavy cruisers, I have 62, so I need to build some heavy cruisers. They have 73 light cruisers, I have 49. They have 87 destroyers, I have 193. They have 39 torpedo boats, I have 478 submarines. Their naval's total tonnage is 1,940,806 tons. Mine's 2,787,705 tons of tonnage. Naval prestige 116 to 1,377. Provinces 12 to 139. GDP 528 billion to 704 billion. Yearly army budget for me is 53 billion, and theirs is 26 billion. Nearly 27 billion, and their yearly naval budget is nearly 29 billion, and my yearly naval budget is 64 billion. Naval funds. They have got more in their crew pool. They have got more in their crew pool. I have got those maxed out, but I've got so many vessels, so many crew coming into service. It's gonna cause me fun. Let's see. That should show to the US that they are not wanted. They're not wanted. At this point, the story of Billy Green comes to light. Billy Green was a 19-year-old local resident who had witnessed the advance of the Americans from the top of the Niagara Escarpment early in the day. His brother-in-law, Isaac Coleman, had been briefly captured by Americans, but was released after he convinced them, truthfully, that he was the cousin of American General William Henry Harrison. In order to be able to pass through American lines, he was given the challenge response parcel today, Will Hen Ha, an abbreviation of Harrison's name. He gave his word of honour that he would not divulge it to the British Army. He then revealed the word to Billy Green, who rode his brother-in-law's horse part way and ran on foot the rest of the way to Burlington Heights. Here he revealed the password to Lieutenant James Fitzgibbon. He was provided with a sword and uniform, and used his knowledge of terrain to guide the British to the American position. Billy Green was present at the battle. Yep. I'm just not getting involved in these. The British Empire... I'm going to stop bothering trying to make friends with the Americans. I'm just going to wind them up. It's probably easier. And all that. Let's see, research is doing well, ship design, fleet construction, fleet. Stories are probably going to be in service shortly. Those lions are going to be built within less than a year, that'll be good. Oh, it's just fun to torment me, I've decided. Oh. 5 months till those submarines are built, and then I'm going to build some heavy cruisers. Or light cruisers. I'll decide when I'm going to get there, whichever looks most interesting to me. I'm just going to build as many as I can. There are so many interesting things in the chat you get in comments on videos. I mean, honestly, I have several times been tempted, but me and Drac NFL have been tempted to do a video entitled Most Random Comments We Have Received. Because we have received some doozies. Some absolute doozies. Double-geared steam turbines. The facepalm meme video then. Honestly, it becomes cruel at a certain point because, again, this is some of the thing. One of the reasons why we like traveling in ship-shaped group is that the four of us sometimes have real fun in the evenings. We always love it when we have the whole fun of having everyone come to dinner with us. That's always something we look forward to, and those are going to be organized. We've the coins are finally on their way. We've had to go through, I think it's 4 different suppliers to get the Iron Brew coins, because the people we originally were going to do it then said they couldn't do it, and so we've gone through 4 different suppliers. That's been fun with the Iron Brew coins, and so we want to get all the coins from the same group so they're consistent. So basically, every time they go, they finally go, we can't do the Iron Brew colored coins. We go on to the next one for everything, which has caused delays. And that's been fun while we've been dealing with illness and all sorts of family issues. But the thing is, even the evenings when we don't have a group dinner, we go and have dinner or something together. And one of the random things we ended up doing was going through the comments on our channels. Of course, Dan has a channel, and it's a cool one. Doesn't post regularly as the others of us do, but he's a working medical doctor, so you would expect him not to. And Garrus's one is more his gaming stuff, but he does do other stuff on it as well. And you go through the channel details and the information, and you just go, oh my lord, did that person really just say that? Oh, really? And we just had fun. Good old maneuver warfare. Get that up again. I love history. I think you're trying to make me start drinking scotch rather than Iron Brew. Actually, that reminds me. I haven't yet packed up all the Christmas Iron Brew bottles that I've got in here. I'm taking them to the bin, so I'm just going to quickly, while this is functioning through to my turn, put them in a bag so I can take them when I've finished. Before I do have the live later and all the various other things, I want to make sure I'm already in a good position. Oh, stretch. 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 Also, I have some advice. If you have people who are difficult to feed, i.e. they have lots of allergies, and you require plain food in the UK, because that's easiest to adapt to them, Asda or Waitrose are pretty much your 2 options. Marks and Spencer's occasionally decent. But Asda and Waitrose are pretty much your 2 options for plain food. And by that I mean food which hasn't got a load of things added into it. So you aren't spending your entire time going, what's that ingredient? What's this ingredient? It's really annoying. Current thing lots of people seem to be obsessed with adding into things is rapeseed oil, which of course only a small proportion of the population are allergic to, but enough people are allergic to that it causes fun. And of course I live with 2 of them who are. Submarines shouldn't be that long away from being completed. 2 months. And I'll have a whole load of submarines around. Maneuver warfare is done. Turret mechanisms. Shouldn't that be pink gins? Oh, I don't know if that was supposed to make me cry or laugh, Ali Loves History. I think I'm going with laugh. And they're now fitting out. No, but I'm fairly sure, Ali Loves History, that you're fairly hand-carded to make such a point. Oh, every navy has a method to their madness. But often that's because their supply ships reflect their unique scenarios. You know, the British have literally built brewing ships because that's what's important to their crews, and that's part of their crew, operations. So I think the classic example is the Americans working out which ship was the most important in a convoy and arguing whether it was the tanker or the supply ship, and the British going, that supply ship is carrying the crates of beer. And the Americans going, we want to object on principle, but we know you, so we're not going to. Yes, floating breweries. And the US had ice cream ships. So pretty much there is a method to madness, is usually look at what are the specialty items. The French have had a great affinity for wine for a long time, and the sheer amount of effort that goes into their wine storage is something to behold. Yay, citric acid free! Not using that at all. Yeah, I don't like citric acid, mainly because it causes issues in terms of internal problems. Honestly, I don't think the Japanese could ever understand quite that. What the Americans and the Brits were sending their way. I don't think it ever quite occurred to them. I don't like mothballed ships. If I find any which are mothballed. Normal, 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 normal. I think I only had two. E67 and 68. Both Plymouth and New Haven. And let's go to... Yeah. I'm going to cancel that. I might as well leave them in service for a bit longer. Especially as that does mean I have nearly 600 submarines in service. Fully two-thirds, pretty much nearly two-thirds of my fleet. Now, ship design. How's the research going? I'm going to leave it for a couple of months because then I can get some really good cruises out of it. Oh yeah, barbettes and bulkheads do tend to make life fairly useful. Does make it very difficult for things to get... It can cause other troubles and stability issues. But yeah. Maximum bulkheads. It does also reduce the range of your ships, which is why I don't tend to go with it. I like the balance of range. America's building a lot of battleships and light cruisers. I really need to build some cruisers, don't I? I need to build something to match in with their cruiser numbers so that they realise that I have the presence around the world to deal with them. I need something that really screams the Royal Navy is here and capable. Peace signed. Northern Marianas, of course. Of course I want that. I don't want... I don't want a battleship. I don't want any of those battleships. Right then. Engine's nearly done. Mine's nearly done. Let's have the engines. And then let's go and have a look at how much tons we've got in the building capacity to build light cruisers. Or heavy cruisers, deciding on which we fancy. Pykrete armor. Oh, Pykrete armor. That's always fun. You can have Pykrete armor. That you can use that. You could use that for a lot. So I want a cruiser. New design. And I want it to be a fairly decent... I want to have enough cruisers that I can spread them across the world and cause my American counterparts to cry. That's the plan. You know, I had an argument with a guy who tried to argue that an undamaged Bismarck would have made mincemeat out of Rodney. It would have run away from Rodney. Very sensibly so. Very, very sensibly so. I think it's time to build my supersized tribal. Full weight isn't much, that's good. Barbettes. So let's see if we can... let's see if we can make this more stable. Let's go for barbettes. No, that just takes that down too much. That could be useful. And no, I still need... I still have 300 tons to play with, so what do we do? Let's go up the main belt a bit more. Deck doesn't seem to affect... Inner deck doesn't seem to affect anything it should do. Roll 28%. That is not a overpowered, overfired anything. Let's go have a look at the guns. Full weight has gone up 0.7. Stability is still an issue with these smaller designs, and that should not be anything about this ship which is a problem, really. It's got decent heavy machinery, down low. It's got speed. Can I push that up to 33 knots? Is that gonna make me slightly more? No, that doesn't help. 32. Yeah. Oh, good lord! There's an Azur Lane ship RPG game for I should get. If I get that for Garius, he will make me want to. He will make me play it with him, and then I will have to play it. No. So that's about 10,000 tons. And let's go see and look how much I've got spare building capacity. How much do I have in terms of spare building capacity anyway? I'll go see. Spare building capacity, come on. Come on, you can do this. Let's go to politics. Finances. I have, in terms of spare building capacity, I have 200,000 tons spare. 200,000 tons spare, roughly. Okay. They're going to be ready in 3 months, and those are going to be ready in 13 months. And let's go back to finances. Why in building it takes so long? Next generation battleships. Next generation battleships. That's what I've been doing. And the thing is, the moment after I build my battleships, the first thing I do is send them out from the construction and actually upgrade them. Because one of the things that annoy about this game is you can't press a button which says keep your ships up to tech update. You have to manually refit them. It works. Monthly balance. Negative 271 million. It's annoying, but I can manage that. What's the big guns working on? Oh, Mark IV 9-inch guns. Oh yeah, I'll get into that. I will put some effort into that. You can guarantee I will. It's snowing in Stirling. I am glad to hear that, Leslie. Slightly worrying that it's snowing in Stirling. Does your system think you're going to be driving through Stirling at some point this evening? Let's go with the unrest. Okay. Alright. I'm building 20 light cruisers at the moment. And everything's looking fairly decent. Well, you might as well, Leslie, because it's always nice to get updates. You know, it means you're always in the know. Basically, this entire video was supposed to be waiting for these lines to be built. And I was hoping the lines would actually be in service would have actually been completed by the time they're all 1 month away. By the time we finish, so that's what we're doing. Once the lines are actually completed and are commissioned, today will be over, and I'll be off to go and prep for tonight's live and make sure that the slide, which has the year of the aircraft carrier on it, is up to date. Hey look, earthquake warnings from Japan are also useful. Send them to friends you think might be asleep. They can order some Bristol class, yes. Let's go to ship design. Those are all being commissioned in Scarpa Flow. No ships eligible for that yet. Let's go to view. I'd like to come up with a new refit for that. Because I think I might have upgraded tech a little bit more, even more. Let's see what we can do tech-wise. What can I do tech-wise to set these guys up on a really good refit? Because I want these ships, when they come in, to be the world's 4 most powerful battleships. I want everyone to be absolutely terrified of them. Yes, I want to have a very good torpedo spotting range. Yeah, I'm going to keep it to stereoscopic. All those I'm going to keep the same. Take that down. Take that down to 31 knots. And yeah. Refit time 4 months. Anything else I want to upgrade or modify while I'm here? that should do. That should provide a lot of survivability for this ship. It's got the standard number of bulkheads. It's got a range of 19,993 kilometers at 24.5 knots. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, I think that will... So let's see, that's... Charge, cordite 1, range 22,500 kilometers. Penetration, 25,000 kilometers, 25 kilometers. Penetration 6 inches. Let's just see what I would up the 16-inch to. And see what that equates to. It's 44. That's a 47. Penetration. Rotation tree 2.4 degrees a second, 2.67 degrees a second. Arm piercing range, arm piercing range 28.7 kilometers, 33.4 kilometers. High explosive range 27.3, 31.9. Reload time. Rate of fire 0.21 rounds a minute, 0.26 rounds a minute. We're going to leave it at the 15-inch gun. For the moment. Subdivision is what makes the battlecruiser, but it's honestly, one of the interesting things about this game is whether you're dealing with a battleship or battlecruiser, it does actually change the subdivision. Because if you look at this, this is very much... I would say it's fast battleship level subdivision. When you consider the level of subdivision this ship has got, it is an interesting vessel. It is definitely an interesting vessel. An interesting vessel indeed. Subdivision is what I tend to use in my dividing rule between the two. No older ships yet, free for your foot. Commission them all, and then we can start creating them all. Monthly balance is only going down by 109 million now. Oh, it's practically not going down, as far as I'm concerned. Let's be honest, I've got 770 times that, so it's really not going to affect me going down by that much. And probably next war will come along before then, and I'll be earning a lot more money. I have noticed with watching some people, they get very obsessed with that figure. And that's the figure you've got to worry about, not that figure. I think I can order another light cruiser. And I will. Oh, this is gonna be fun. If I just treat them as extra light cruisers. I got 4 months on refit, and then I can turn that tonnage over to refit tonnage over light cruisers. And I can build a huge number of light cruisers. So many light cruisers that my American counterparts just start crying, looking at the fleet size and go, but it's not fair! No, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not designed to be fair. At no point did I say I had wanted to be fair with anyone. I've got 64 battleships, you do not. And yes, I know people can make a qualitative argument, and there are some battleships in there which are frigating old and probably should be got rid of. But they've also got some really modern battleships which I think probably make the Americans worry in this game. And the Americans are pretty much my only major problem. Even though I do try to make friends with them. Let's see. Soviet Union, I think I'm at war with again. Can I invade any part of the Soviet Union? Huh? I'm going to improve relations with the Americans again. I'm going to attempt it because I'm nice and because ultimately I don't want a war just yet. Gonna go till I played about 2.5 hours, then I'm gonna go and see my family for a bit before I come out and do the live, so later this evening. So basically, I'm using the whole factor for normal Sunday live is tonight to avoid some of the television that's on. Yay! I've made friends with the Americans again. That's useful for me. They're building Oakland class and a lot of Colorado class. They're very interested in their Colorado class. I should probably go look into their Colorado class. Yes, you can order a Bristol class one. I still don't know why all the small ships seem to no longer be stable. I'll work it out at some point, but you know. I do think this game has had to simplify some things to make it actually a practical game to do. I can afford to lose some naval prestige. It increases budget, decreases unrest, which is useful. I can make super battleships now. I can make super battleships in 1920. Oh, you poor little kitty winkies. This is not going to be good for anyone else in the world. Oh, this is going to be fun. So the Ship Design Bureau. Oh, yes. Let's see. I've got finances. How much time do I got? I could build another 30 light cruisers. I'm going to build another 30 light cruisers, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to work on the design. No audio? There should be audio. I turned it down a bit. Mainly because it kept bashing my ears. I wonder if it does a major spike when I laugh. That could be fun. That could be fun to play with. Just lagging. Okay. I wonder why that did happen. See, I don't have any problems on at the end. It just keeps green for me, and it says in the entire thing it's dropped. It's reckoning it's dropped just 100 frames. Anyway, it is now 2.5 hours. I haven't ordered my new super battleship yet. That will have to wait till next time. But I am going to say thank you very much, everyone. I have got 55 light cruisers under construction. So I am no longer worried about the American fleet, I think, in terms of fighting capacity. France has 127 cruisers and 166 light cruisers. But America is our likely next threat. They have half our battleship numbers. They have less cruisers than we do. They have twice as many light cruisers, but we're building 55 of them. We have twice as many destroyers as they do. And they have 35 torpedo boats, which is interesting. And they have 78 ships under construction. We have 580 submarines. So, I'm not sure about you, but I am not worried about the US Navy in this thing. I'm also not worried about our population stats, because our population stats are doing fairly well. Yes, we only have roughly 48 million in home population, compared to nearly 90 million for the Americans. But in foreign populations we can call on, we have over 937 million. And they have a total of 7 million they can call on. Our army is 600,000 to their army of 830,000 realistically. But their navy is much, much smaller than us. They've got an active fleet of 305 ships. We've got an active fleet of 952 ships. I think that wins. In fact, honestly, we have a fleet which is... I think we have possibly more ships in the service than... We have more ships than the next 3 largest powers combined, and possibly the next 4. Because we have 952, the French have 484, the Americans 305, which by my counts is 789. The Italians have 83, which is 872. The Japanese have 65. Yeah, I think we have more than next. We might have more than everyone else in the world combined, in terms of ships. That's not necessarily a bad thing for the Royal Navy to be in, but, you know, that's fun. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much, and see you later. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for the support. Doodles. Happy New Year as well if I don't see you later, but hope to see you on the YouTube stream.